Hi, I'm Pablo Pimenta. I graduated last year from Sequoia, so that'll be 2012. And now at Stanford studying bioengineering. So I'll first start by explaining how I chose colleges to apply to. So I started looking at colleges at the end or the middle of my junior year. And what I did is that I started to develop a list in which I put specific in which I put specific characteristics that I wanted my college to have, and then I looked at the college's specific websites, and it was basically like a check-off list. So if I found something that wasn't my list, I checked it off, and I checked it off. I also ranked colleges in order of difficulty, depending on how high or how low their acceptance rates were. And based on that, I categorized schools into target schools, safety schools, and reach schools. So I continued that process from my junior year towards the middle of my senior year. And I also visited colleges. So I visited MIT and a couple of other schools in the East Coast. And I also visited Stanford and Berkeley here on the West Coast. And I definitely recommend visiting colleges because when you visit, you learn so much more than you can ever learn in the website, and you also get a taste of the culture and the student environment at the specific college. So definitely consider visiting a college because it helps you become a more informed applicant. So after I decided to which colleges I was going to apply, I talked to Miss Ignitis because she's a wonderful person and she's super friendly, and like she knew specifically like how to best write my essays and how to prepare for interviews. Like I once went to her and I said like, oh, I have an interview for Yale tomorrow, like what should I do? And then she told me, oh, Yale likes these kinds of things. So that was really interesting. And the thing goes for MIT, like she knew about the specific colleges that I was applying to, so that was really helpful. So in the end, I chose Stanford because it's close to home, and I kind of wanted to stay in the Bay Area because I feel it's a really cool place. Also, I have been working at Stanford since the summer of my sophomore year, and I encounter a lot of friendly people and supportive people there, so that's another reason why I wanted to stay there. So I really, really enjoy being at Stanford. People are super friendly and people are really approachable. At first it was really intimidating just because it was a new environment and like I wasn't sure if I was going to make friends or not. But I did a summer program at Stanford only for freshmen. So that was the summer before I was going to my freshman year at Stanford, and I was able to meet a lot of people in my situation. So by the time that the school year actually started, I had like a close group of friends. So it was really useful because once the school year started, like I knew whom I could talk to or whom I could go hang out with or ask questions. So that was really helpful. Also in college, at least for me, I have some random moments in which I have a lot of free time. So time management at first was an issue, and I started using a calendar on my phone, which I never did at Sequoia. So in my calendar, I schedule all my lectures and my discussion sections, and also meetings and people's birthdays and finals and projects and papers. So having a calendar really helped me schedule my time better, and it helped me also stress less. So that was something new that I had to do in college. Also, the lectures are really big, so it's also a little bit intimidating, but there's smaller discussion sections in which you have closer interactions with other students and faculty, so that's really helpful. Like for my chemistry lecture, there were about like 180 people, but then for my writing section, there's only 14 people. So you still get that close interaction with other students and with faculty. Overall, as advice that I will give to current Sequoia students is to not be afraid to challenge yourself. Like, try to always like be thinking like, what's the next step to do something better, or how can I improve? Like for me, like I took like I didn't really, when I was a sophomore, I didn't really think I was going to be able to finish the IB diploma, but in the end I did somehow. Uh, so yeah, just try to challenge yourself, because if you don't really know like how far you can go and how far you can grow.